It's nice to know that my little Yu-Gi-Oh song is working again. It wasn't working for a while. Okay. I'm gonna pull up the Shonen Jump. Let's figure out what chapters I'm gonna read today. I mean, probably for the most part the same as last time, but what's not here today? Still no Black Clover. Sad. I'm mad about Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't want to talk about it too much. We got Noron, Undead Unluck, Mission Yozakura. My turn. I don't think my music's too loud. If somebody ever shows up, tell me my music's too loud. Oh, Aliens area. I like the last chapter, so hopefully the next chapter is going to be pretty good. I think Mashal is the last one. I'm gonna read Mashal last. Mashal has been the most hype for me lately, so I'll save that one till like the later portions. How's it going, nerd? Josie, how are you guys doing today? Let me just get stuff finished setting up, and then we'll get to just getting through the chapters. I know these aren't as popular on my channel, but I like this as just kind of like a little additional thing I can do every Sunday. Easy, and I like keeping up with some of the newer chapters because it, like the ones that I've been worried about, like talking about like stuff that like might be an axe thing, you know, get my thoughts across on it. Shouldn't be Black Clover be coming back soon. I think it's like 2 weeks. I think in like 2 weeks we have the hiatus ending. So real quick, I'm gonna tweet out the stream and then we'll get started. Alright. Where is my tab? Okay, I'll open my tab up. Let's go to the chapters and see what's going on. 3 enemies turn into ally for Jujutsu Kaisen calling game. What's next? Maki fighting cursed spirits. I don't care about Maki fighting like pretty much anything. Like, yeah, I'm not too interested in her character. I don't dislike her, but I'm saying. But Kishimo becoming an ally I was not on board with at all. I was not on board with that at all. Like, now, it's like, right now, there's, let me go through the chapter. I'm just gonna skim it. There's, like, no real threat or tension right now, because we know, oh wait, what's today? Is it a late chapter next week? I guess so. Let me go to the other ones. Does it say 8 days on all of them? I guess so. But it's like, now Kishimo is on their side. He's going to be an ally. And that's another like, another person obviously on their side. But I mean, like, it's not just some random guy. Like, that one chick who was helping Megumi for a little bit, who gives a shit? She was whatever. This dude's actually pretty powerful. And it's like he's fighting one of the stronger, like, protagonists, like, in the series. And he only really lost in the end by, like, a few bits. And, like, I really wish he won. The Bernard dude, what's his name? Bernard Charles, I think. The mangaka dude. He came back, which I'm actually pretty okay with. I like him. I'm fine with his whole setup. And I want to see, like, what exactly he's gonna, like, where he's gonna go with it. Actually, did I get my stuff wrong? It's not Kishimo is the ally. It's Bernard. Does it say that? Because that's something, like, I wasn't too sure. And I remember someone saying, like, he becomes an ally, but maybe I misread that. Because that's at least a plus. Wait, no, he's hanging out with him. He wants to do something with Sukuna. Damn it. Whatever. I'm not happy about this. Like, I really don't like how he ended up losing. The only thing that is in this chapter that made me kind of go, maybe a little bit of hype is that, like, weird worm thing coming out of the clouds. It's like, apparently, you know, it's looking pretty hype, but that's probably going to be Maki's fight. And I'm guessing, like, if this is going to be Maki's fight, then Maki's going to do fine. Because it's not like it's coming down after her fight. This is probably going to be, like, her first real big battle after getting, like, that boost in power and being at the stage she's at now. So it's just, like, it just makes me nervous, because, like, this is a cool-looking creature. It's got some hype on it right now, and now it's, like, going to enter the game. Like, it's a weird character to throw in there. So it's, like, maybe powerful cursed spirits, like, special grades will show up, and that's going to be where the threat comes in for this arc. Because right now, they're just beating all the enemies pretty fairly. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And even in this chapter, like, Kakari says that his arm's going to be fine later, so it's just, like, what danger was that really? What's up, Ashizura? I appreciate you're always telling me you're a fan, and that you and any is encouraging to leave a like, so I would appreciate if you do that. Now you turn into a worm, I guess. That would be cool. I would like that. I know that's one of the things that people have been predicting is like him becoming a cursed spirit because of how he died. But like I'm fine with it because like the character, he was cool, and I didn't like how he was kind of like, I guess not thrown away, but like for kind of because of the way that he seemed like hype wise and position wise in the story. What's up, Guillotine? How's it going? And then he ended up just kind of not really amounting to anything. It was really weird. His character was one of the stranger ones in the series because it didn't feel like he was a character that should have gotten like I was gonna say axed, but pretty much axed. Just like a character just discarded. Like he had a plan for him and then just said, I don't really feel like doing anything with him anymore. Like it's kind of like how Mishima does it with his character, like some of the side characters, like someone like Bacchus and whatnot. But when it comes to like obviously characters in the series, like you think Nalia would be a bigger deal. It's like Ivan, I guess, is a little bit closer to where I'm going with it. It's just you really looked at like what was going on, you thought he'd be a bigger deal, but I guess not. Alright, the Undone Luck character or chapter. Because it makes you wonder if like any other humans are gonna become cursed spirits. Because we know like what was it? Nanami went out of his way to make sure he doesn't turn into a cursed spirit upon his death. Whereas like the other characters we don't know. And there's a lot of maybes. Like what about Toji? Well, I guess Toji doesn't have any cursed energy, does he? I don't really know how that would work. 2 days from next 100 Years Quest chapter. I'm pretty stoked. It's already Sunday. I got tomorrow off, so tomorrow will be a nice cruise, and then the chapter comes out the next morning. Binding Bound means nothing if characters can use other shit to find loopholes in it. I'm not against that because it's like you have a contract, you find a loophole in it, that makes sense. If there's some way to kind of move around exactly what the rules are and what the whole setup is, I'm fine with that because I think that makes sense. If it's literally like, oh yeah, its power is in like this very specific kind of worded setup, but you look at the worded setup and it's like, oh, you can't punch somebody after doing this, but it doesn't say anything about kicking them. I'd be like, yeah, I mean that's. There you go. You figured out a way around the wording. That's how it is. Okay, let's see. The Ruin dude, what's up with his clothes? Why does he look so weird? He just looks like he's wearing a shirt he just got off of school or something. It says, Unlock is supposed to be dead, so she needs to stay dead. No, that's not gonna happen, guy. There's a lot of, like, stuff I really want to know. Like, this should be the final fight, I would assume. Ruin, because, like, Billy... I feel like Billy is gonna have to just join side and like fight Seal or something, just because like I don't think that. Well, he has Victor, but I don't think Andy can take both Ruin and Seal at the same time. Arch room is underneath that unbreakable gate. Okay, so I mean that's at least something that's gonna keep it safe. How are they gonna get down there though? These guys are trying to cross it, trying to break arc and bend the loop. Yeah, they're yep, just the dudes from God trying to let the world kind of finish. Let it finish off. I'm actually surprised there's not a third character. Like, just 2 is a really weird number, I feel like, when it comes to having, like, these personal minions. Like, you think there'd be, like, one more. Phil and I rolled them off. Find an opening. Okay, that's Tatiana talking. Yeah, Tatiana is being smart. Like, even though she's, like, what was she, like, 12 or 13? She's got one of the better powers in the series with Untouchable. So it's just like, all she really has to do is get in a spot where she's in a good position, open up the little confinement sphere, and then just press these. Better villain, Pain or Doflamingo? I like Pain more. Doflamingo's cool, but like he has some stuff that just makes me kind of question like his logic. It's kind of like how, like, Aaron's got all this stuff, but it's like, dude jumped right to genocide, and, like, he just... I felt like it was just too much of a leap. Too much of a leap. Like, there were other ways he could have went about it, I think, smarter. Like I mentioned before, like, he could have parked the Colossal Titans just standing outside of other countries, and just used it kind of like WMDs, and just kind of threatened world peace, and, like, held people there in a way to do it. Because clearly it didn't work. All it really did was just kind of, like, hold off shit for a little bit. Versus, like, an actual way of trying to force peace. Speaking of fairy tale, I don't know which OC choose. Did he have a poison dragon king without a heart, or someone like Kieran Galaxis with Cobra? Oh, just some kind of like adversary. I guess he'd have to be a dragon eater though. If the white mage was introduced after what is this? If the white mage is introduced after this arc, I mean, we could get to Rebellious. That'd be cool if we get side put over there. As well as Viernes. Viernes is going to be a weird one because I really am really hoping there's like a specific reason that we find out like this is an extra mysterious character or not just like, oh yeah, it's just a guy. Like I want something like some PTSD terrified like hiding down like deep underground dragon. That's what I really want. Second he is a water mage who later got God Serena Sea King. You should do like a Power Rangers crew and they all just gutted God Serena and took his Lacrima and essentially created Dragon Slayer Power Rangers. That'd be sweet. Let's see what's she doing. Oh, blood. Yeah, that's Rune's ability, isn't it? He can make that much to push back Tatiana's ability. That's impressive. I haven't seen any of that in the series. Like every time Tatiana comes out, she pretty much just pushes everybody out of the way. Yeah, she's saying. I figured she wouldn't be able to beat him on her own, but it's like. I figured it'd be more of those kind of like large scale ones where for the most part all she can really do is like her large force blasts and stuff. But it'd be like one of those things where she just can't hold it up as long, but they could just kind of outlast it. That was my assumption. Oh, Seal has he turned into like a smoke or something? Maybe and kind of moves through it. That would make sense if he becomes intangible. Yeah, Sealed's claws ability to turn himself into a vapor and slip right past us. Yeah, pretty much the force isn't gonna do anything. See, it makes sense. That's a good utility ability. That's why like. It's like Billy having utility is like one of the reasons I like say like, oh, he's smart, because having like just like a direct arsenal is cool, but it's like you want to have at least a few things to kind of get around obstacles. Now he's it's 3-on-3. Here comes in Ruin to come fight. Oh, it's about to be 2-on-3. He's about to try and kill her. No, she just got back. She's safe. And Andy will take the damage. These two blood dudes fighting each other. Why is his blood so gooey? Oh no, he went after Tatiana. I thought. Oh, he's covering the whole circle like around her, so she can't breathe. That's smart. That makes sense. That's a logical. That's a pretty logical weakness to it. That's like you doing that to someone like Satoru Gojo. It just makes sense because you wouldn't have anything if you just completely worked around it. It means there's a hole that leads to her mouth. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I never thought about that. So there's a small hole for her to get air, and he covered it to find the hole. See, that's pretty smart. These things too late, it could have pumped blood into her mouth. Caused her to burst from the inside. Well, you leave Tatiana alone. Andy, get her away from him. Blood Shadow and I are without mind and body. Neither of us. Neither will die unless I die. That's pretty cool. The Blood and Shadow is a pretty sick combo. Right, the right amount of edgy, and this guy's pulling it off. That's probably like a hand that had unlock attached to it, I'm guessing. What's Fukuo doing? Oh, I was having a flashback. Okay, some nice wholesome moments. Or just obviously wanting to help her friend. Trying to, the thing is, like, when it comes to like the big sacrifices here, I would be fully fine with it if like I had to go out and kind of like fight to the death, because it's like your other option is to die, because like otherwise the world is screwed, and it's like if you have literally two ways it can go. One may be successful and one is complete and utter defeat. I'm gonna go with the maybe successful, because I mean, like, if it succeeds, then you get fixed, you revive. What undefinition? Is her power stronger? Or is that just something that she can do? I'm guessing like it's not a sphere. Like maybe it's like the sphere is something she has to do. Oh no. I just noticed undefinition is Andy's thing. Or not Andy, Billy. I just noticed Billy was there. I was like, look at her thing, and I was like looking at like the blood around her, and then the title, because obviously like the titles have everything to do with like how their abilities work. So I was like trying to figure this out. I was like, is it an upgrade? Is it altered? Did she not have the right name for her attack in this first place? But Billy shows up. Is Billy gonna take her power? Because unruly, you're about to experience an unspeakable level of humiliation courtesy of yours true. Billy is gonna do some cool shit. Please. Billy is really cool. I like Billy. I've been waiting for him to do stuff. And I think that makes sense for him to switch, maybe not switch sides in full, but like to aid, because he wants the arc too. But also, he's like, I don't think he's gonna want to watch Tatiana get killed or anything. So him wanting to help her, I think, makes sense. And it was too much of a rough spot with both Seal and Ruin, I think, for Andy to be able to take him pretty much by himself. Because otherwise, I felt like he needed Victor or Billy to show up. Because Billy's the other big character. Because, like, out of the biggest fighters, it was, like, Andy, obviously, is the main character. Billy is, like, a bigger antagonist. And Rip is, like, this kind of in-between anti-hero dude. And we already got Rip out of the way, so logically, I think Billy was going to show up. And he did. I'm curious to how Haku react to Irene and Wendy's body. I don't think he would really have much to say. Switch Shayo out with Wendy. Would Haku still have the crush mode for her, too? Maybe... Maybe that's where that'll... I was going to say, maybe that's where that'll go, but it's like, no, she's actually a cat. She's not a person. Well, she is a person. She's not a human. But, I mean, like, I think one of the big factors was how nice Wendy is. I don't know if it's going to be the same. Plus, I feel like if he found out that she was a cat, that he'd be like, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. I don't know if I want to be in love with a cat. Alright, let's go to the Mission Yozakura family. The last chapter was pretty good. I like the introduction of the other big characters. But, like, for me, I feel like if I was in a room, it's one of those things where it's like, for big people, like big, kind of high-level guys, you get where their logic is coming in with, like, oh yeah, we got to get rid of the Yozakura family, yada yada. For Momo stuff, I had like a deep yawn come out of nowhere. But if I was there, it'd be like, how is this? Like, I get how it connects to them, but they're trying to stop it. So it's just like, why don't we just help them get rid of this fucking guy and kind of help, like, get rid of this problem? I was around Azula and Fairy Tail. She'd be like a beginning of series, like, some minor antagonist. Like, she's not really that strong. Billy being a traitor means nothing now. No, it depends on the context. It depends on why Billy's helping them, what Billy's plan is. Because I'd have to go back and read the chapters, but, like, didn't Billy want the arc for himself? Didn't he want the arc? Because the whole thing about Rude and Seal is they're trying to let the end of the world happen. So right now it's just a set of conflicting, afflicting opinions and afflicting kind of goals. Oh, Sharia? I don't know why I read it as Sharia, or Carla, not Sharia. Oh, it's because it was a CH. Sharia, I don't think so. I don't know if he's gonna have it. Because, like, it made sense to me. I was like, Carla, oh, it's because the white cat theme? Maybe. But it's like, Sharia, I still don't think so. Because that's just, like, he would run into, what, like, another, like, young sky wizard. I don't think it would really work. I think Wendy's personality has a lot to go in with it. So what's going on? Momo is just apologizing. He's just saying everyone start bashing his family. He's mad that internet trolls are after him. Let's get through this one. We got 3 more chapters. Actually, I'll probably be able to finish with like a decent time. Like I like these ones can go by pretty quick, but like these streams can go longer if if so choose. How's wrong with Kaguya being Fairy Tail Verse? Well, it's like, does Kaguya... How powerful was Kaguya in terms of, like, her threat in the verse? Because obviously she was strong in people like Madara and people like the Ten Tails, Obito. So she's like what, like multi-continental or something, right? Maybe she's like a little higher. Where exactly do you sit? I don't think she sits at Dragon God level. Like, her only crazy like hacks thing is like what she's got, like she has the truth-seeking orbs, but those are hacks, and she's got like her dimension teleporting, but it's like that's not that hype. Celine's is hype because she can just do it casually and just completely throw it around, whereas Kaguya did it a few times and then was pretty much like low on chakra. I'm gonna keep seeing this. Those actions cause my family harm. It completely defeats the point. He's just being a nice guy now. If you don't, he's just mad these guys are making fun of him. Please cease unreasonable and oppressive treatment. Oh, he's like, I'm gonna murder. He's gonna murder all the haters. He's gonna go around murdering all the haters. There you go. That's what happens when you mess with a crazy guy, I guess, enough. Is he gonna have one of these like monster things be relevant? I like them. I think they're cool looking, so I'm hoping that they actually get to do stuff. I like this part. He's like, I think that even now, at the very moment, you're watching me from total safety, but you're not. I'm watching you. Why does it have the weird little silhouette? Is he not actually there, or is it something secretive? I was reborn that day. So it's like, makes you wonder, like, is the body we've seen his real body, and this, like, weird silhouette one is the real one? Said, I have zero tolerance for anyone who dares mess with family. Oh, he's getting the monster to send out? Ooh, hang on. He's, like, made it a grenade? This is kind of cool. Hang on. My little brothers contain high levels of summonin, squish them into a little ball, and essentially turn into bombs. As punishment against try to kill the other family. I've set these up all throughout your headquarters. Okay, cool. I like this turn of events. Like, he's doing really good as a bad guy. Like, the only thing I think he really needs is just some big bad guy display. He needs a part where, like, it doesn't have to be the Yozakor family involved, but he needs a part where he just gets to flex being, like, wherever his position is in the verse. Because I assume he's a top tier. Like, at least from what we've seen. I mean, yes, yeah, because he's, like, fought finance Kyoto and stuff, so he should be top tier since Kyoto is, like, one of the strongest people in the whole verse. But I really want just to get a display. Like, you know, you can think of other, like, big characters when they ever get a chance to really just say, like, you know, somebody's trying to swing too high and then they get to slap them down back into their spots. That's what I'd like to see from him, and I think that he needs. But maybe it's just kind of, like, waiting for it. The Prime Minister of Japan got bodied. He got assassinated. And then people thought Hideo Kojima was the one who did it. It was even crazier. Usin Kaguya never was near destroying dimensions. The thing is, like, a dimension depends entirely on how big it is. Which was many planets. How do you know how the planet size? There was just planetoids, and then there was no sun. Visuals. Let me try to, like, formulate around this. Because, like, dimension people, it's hard to, like, try and talk to certain dimension people. Because, like, when it comes to, like, dimensions, a dimension can be any size. Think about it, it's like Acnologia's dimension like went from nothing to having stars and having matter and substance. Whereas, like, Urza's is mostly just kind of like a storage place. How does it even really work? Kaguya never really had anything that got up to what, like, wherever we were trying to put her at star level or something. Like, she got defeated by a moon level technique. She got defeated by something that was moon level. So I don't really know how you're trying to imply, like, what she's like a galaxy or a whole universal or something. Okay, let's see where he goes with these bombs. Ooh, he's got some. Okay, they attached to a person, and, like, one took over his voice and his mind. That's cool. I like that. I think that's a neat feature. These are, like, super utility minions, which I like. If they're not gonna be, like, cool, like, boss characters right now, being just, like, useful pieces in the story and showing, like, you know, kind of like tactical intelligence stuff, I like that. Take out the drinks again sometime. Little brothers are very talented. Each other. Oh, he's just talking about them. Oh, so maybe this is just one of them that can do this. One mere gold rank spies how it takes to handle them. I'm sure they'll be fine against some, like, these fodder. These guys don't seem that crazy. Okay, how powerful is one explosion? This is important to know. We don't see anything really that big. Like, you see an explosion, but it stopped before it gets the full visual. Oh, they got, like, mere gold ranks. They're gonna all feel a little bit insulted. Okay, it's just big people wanting to flex their spot now, which is fine. I just want to attack them now, chop them up. Okay, whatever, do your thing. I want to see exactly, like, when they actually go out and see, like, some of these characters and how they fight. The only ones aware of the infiltration and bomb threat. Okay, they're just talking about the 10. I thought they were going to mention numbers of how many there are. Let's see. The 1 hour time limit appears several staff members are completely compromised with fighting the clock. I mean, yeah, shit's that. Oh, that's a little bit neat. There's just a straight shaft under one of the panels. That would make me so nervous. Like, what if one of those broke? Sorry, through the city. Oh, it's just like, it's like a big underground tunnel system. That's pretty neat. That makes sense. Turn around. Needs a whole lot of bombs that have been set. close to an entire city full of regular civilians. Oh, is it going to be a threat to the whole city? Well, the opinion of us will create her hard enough the whole association to get dissolved. Well, I mean, that's cool. Fuck you guys. I'm trying to get rid of, like, the main cast. We have no signs or info of our intruders. If the creatures clearly look like monsters that won't trade us seamlessly. And then some kind of mimicry ability. If they've transformed or sniper spies to protect the bombs, when laying loose may actually have the wiser. I mean, like, you should your spies, like, even if they're in your staff, like, if you think they're traitors or a threat or they're fakes, just kill them. You got 57 minutes to begin the mission. Just do your thing. Literally, just check everybody. Just fucking go ape shit. Trending big bounties. Somebody for 5 million. Missions now hiring 0S, 9A, 162B. Obviously, I like this shot though. I think this is a cool shot of just kind of like this big kind of central spot where, you know, some big meeting area where they would all be at. I think those are usually pretty cool. Okay, let's see Aliens. Aliens there, I think, has done good this these last couple chapters. Throwing surpassed Phantom Seer, a number of total chapters. I'm still cautious about it. It's gonna make me worried until we get it. I don't really know how she's like a large planet to star level though. She got beaten by moon level technique, and even the characters that later kind of followed after her had like what, like chopping the moon in half that was hollow, and like some people potentially being a threat to the planet. Okay, let's see. So this is the, what was this guy's name? Sharka? He's like the, you know, he's the, I guess the easiest one to compare it to probably because he also has the cane is like Kisuke, but it's like he's the lot stronger senior dude. So him versus this guy who's like a top assassin in the galaxy, I think they said. I am hoping this is going to be mostly like just a flex fight. And I think it's like top in the galaxy. I mean, like, it starts out like sounding pretty hype, but obviously they have a whole universe to go off of, so it's like they could just have a different galaxy and be like, oh, this is the weakest galaxy guy, maybe he'll become a regular or something. Okay, he's gonna rest this dude. I want to see him actually fight. I want to see him actually kind of put up some really cool, neat abilities. The main character hasn't got to do a lot. Like, this dude has done more the whole show. Oh, that's kind of cool. I thought those were tattoos, but he gets mad and like steam comes out of those holes on his face. I'm ignorant, and I'm underestimating you, and the new kid doesn't know anything. I want to use you to instruct him. Oof. Okay, let's see what he does. He like puts his foot down and clicks a button. Oh yeah, because he's got these like this like gas plasma sword. Oh, he's using it as a beam. You know what? This is something that I've always like said that people with lightsabers should do if they can shoot it just as a beam. It's like the plasma blade. You can just point it and shoot it like something like Geen could have. Kind of like, I guess, like Geen hasn't bleached with how his Bankai works, but I always thought it'd be cool to do with the lightsaber too. I bet you're recharging. Oh, he's saying like he can't use his arm thing. The time needed to spend recharging. It's a directional optical weapon. What is it? Oh, he's talking to the dude. I thought he was talking to the main character guy. Oh, it's a beam of light. So it's like, is this a laser? Or is this like a plasma thing? Because like he already dodged. Is the verse already at light speed? A shape memory optical weapon. Learning equipment. Okay, yeah. So it's essentially like it's like shooting beams, but he can form, or he can like control what the shape is, I'm guessing. Each person has, wait, you should know the enemy's gear. For example, each person has 3. Is a tube-like device. It uses that optical equipment, so the device is included equipment. So usually people can only have 3. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Or it's just like maybe whatever gears like they use to kind of like combine all this. It's like, maybe it's like, okay, you can use one by yourself, but to use more, you have to have like some form of processing equipment or some form of like gear to run all of them at the same time. And right now it only goes up to 3 or something. Who knew Ziggy was a weeb with the waifu shrine? He's milking these chicks. He's got a job to do. Kaguya was fighting Naruto and Sasuke. Wasn't at full power. She didn't have half of Kurama. I mean, I guess, but I mean, like, we're going off of what we know. We don't know how powerful she'd be at the full. But I mean, she's still Even in the previous time when she was her full power, she got sealed by the moon level. Seal. I don't remember what the technique is called. Or was that her without the Karama, and we never saw her at her full power? Because I guess technically, even with that, we never would have seen her at her peak, because doesn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, who was it? Was it Ishiki? Right? He's the one that that was in Jigen. Like, they have to fuse to become their full power, kind of like how Momoshiki was. Oh, he set up this like little turret thing. What is this? Hang on. Okay, so he tries to do the beam again, but it's a bluff. Okay, and there's like a little turret thing that puts a light on him. I thought it was going to be a laser. That's what we've never encountered on before Earth. This is bad. Okay, that's a really cool concept. I really like that. I really like this idea of one of the dangerous things are like, okay, new... Like, it's like, okay, this guy's got some form of weapon, some form of gear. We know what that is. We know that does. It just depends on, like, what else he has and how he uses it. Versus something that's like, oh yeah, this is a brand new weapon we've never seen, so we don't know what it does. That's really cool. Doom hasn't recharged, but this is just, it just set you as its target. I'm guessing it's like a turret. Once it chooses target, okay, it'll track you automatically, so it's a homing thing. The next beam will follow you until it kills you. That's pretty cool. So he's got up this thing to kind of like have a laser that will just follow him. So it makes me wonder, like, is it like they've said beam of light? So I assume it's a laser. So it's like, this dude already light speed, because they're not using magic. It's straight technology. It's straight technology. So it's like you don't have the whole like, oh, maybe it's like magic light doesn't mean it's as fast as light. You know, like for the argument, like this is straight tech. This isn't even 15 chapters. This is 6 chapters. Suzaku's flashback must be had to do with Kurenugi and Celine. Oh, I hope so. I want to compare Dragon Ball to Naruto. You got a long way to go for that. Let's see, why I protect her from scum like you until her mother planet picks her up. I mean, that's fair. This is an alien, so you're truly ignorant, but that butler is fooling you. Okay. One planet is already a colony, and they know that. Our mission is to end the royal line to prevent attempts. Okay, so they're from like a planet that already lost. Your enemies have already executed everyone in your family back home. Okay, that was pretty dark all of a sudden, but that makes sense. So she's just like the last remaining of like a bloodline. We'll just leave him here. Like, he's on a planet. Who cares? There's no point protecting her, keeping her. Okay, he's just saying like she's good. Just leave her be dead. Let her be dead. So what's this character? Is she gonna be like a little is she just gonna be like a little mascot or something? He's like crying and like they said that like I think they said that the dude said that her chewing on him is like a sign of affection, which he's crying. So hopefully we're gonna get, oh, you might get a main character part next chapter. Ooh, hang on. Shark is activating another piece of equipment. Equipment 2. So this is his second one. He's got the gravity cane, or the gravity equipment. I think the cane, I feel like, is just like a general weapon and not the same thing. So maybe he's going to end up like pulling out some new sick gear, and the third one will be his trump card for later. I really like the tech dynamic. I think the tech dynamic with the series is really cool. I think that's pretty sick. Planetary feats at chapter 30. I mean, that'd be a huge jump. I really like the skeleton guy. The skeleton guy and Hanzo in Doron are both really cool. The skeleton dude just looks badass. I like him. I like he's got hair and a beard, but everything else is just kind of this suave looking skeleton dude. Oh, he lost an arm. That's, oh, man. It looks like they are gonna off panel this. So is this guy just gonna be a character who's strong that loses? I'm guessing, just as a measuring stick, because like he didn't look very cool. And if he was supposed to be the top, I was like, this guy's either going to be one of those characters who, like, flip switches and suddenly looks really badass and interesting, or he's going to be one of those characters that loses just to show off a power level kind of spot. Because he doesn't look that interesting of a big character. I could be wrong, though. We'll see. As human exceeds anything I could have imagined. Is the power of a heart... Wait. Is it the power of a strong heart that prevents my arm from regenerating? That's kind of cool, actually. Hang on, let me see. He could have a much stronger swordsman had he not devoted himself to some invisible power. Well, then why can't he regenerate? Does it have to do with this guy's ability? Or is it something he's going to do soon? So what's Hanzo doing? Does Hanzo take his sword? It looks like it. Once we, now eat up. Once we replenish your supernatural energy, you'll be able to regrow your arm. Okay, so he just used up a lot of power. Maybe he's never used up that much before.
We have been unable to make contact with the Kita Batake team. They're supposed to return 2 days ago. Recon and the Curl Supernatural in there. It seems that he's been team's been annihilated. All Samurai officers will be extra vigilant. Yeah, this guy's supposed to be a big deal. So it's like, if the design on a character, like, you can obviously like tell a level of importance with like aspects of design. And this other dude, you can't see him. Let me try and move the panel really fast. This other dude, it kind of gives me off similar vibes. This guy, he just doesn't look that interesting. Where it's like, if you look at these other designs, the sleepy guy, like the sleepy design gives at least something interesting. Or it's like he's like got what, like anxiety or some issues. Oh, I don't mean to move this around. Oh my god, please let me just move the normal background. Hold on a second. The bowl cut guy, he's kind of eh. And then what, like this new girl? I mean, she just has a neat little thing. Heisuke, and oh my god, how am I forgetting her name? Best girl, I'm forgetting her name. I should feel ashamed. Now Tora, I think was her name. She so far is my favorite. Okay, they're saying this guy's, I'm guessing, dead. Seems like he was dead. I had no attachments to him, so it's just one of those things where it's like a big character dies and everyone's just like, okay, we got shit going on. But like, obviously the series is in a spot where it's like, we have to be careful of like it in an X spot or if it is going to survive. I still think that Shonen Jump should take this. Shonen Jump really needs to just kind of take the time and let a couple series just kind of go. And all they would have to do is like, okay, well, some of these we're not going to print in the official magazine. We're just going to have digitally. And while doing it, they just said, okay, what we'll try and do is we'll just have a couple of these just have, you know, existing in the digital space. If they do well enough, then, you know, get enough views or whatever, then we'll print some more volumes or whatever. And then the best ones can be in the official magazine. And with that, you can have, otherwise, just like some of these just exist. And then say like, oh, well, we're gonna give it a good anime and see how it works, because like you could test the waters and see how like something with an all right manga, good but not like too crazy, and then give it a really good anime and see if it's gonna surge. Because I feel like you give it a good enough anime as long as it's good enough to be trendy, so it's gonna pick up numbers, and then that's gonna help them. And so as long as they put in the effort for like a good anime, like they can get good sales even on regular stuff. Nothing that's like, it doesn't have to be some break out of the box manga that's like get 1 million on volumes on sale within the first 2 volumes or something. As not Spring and 12 Gauntlet, where does he stop? Well, I'm trying to think of like who is he gonna hit? Like I don't really know, because like the thing about Asnot is like, as long as you just avoid getting hit by his fear needles, you're fine. And it's like he's not that strong. He's just hacks. Like, he really is just hacks. Like, Byakuya, we saw that Byakuya, strength-wise, would have been just fine if he just didn't get caught in that. I feel like most of Spriggan would be fine, with, like, maybe Jacob being one of the only exceptions. You understand, in 3 days, all residents will be like, okay, they're just getting ready to set up a big battle. Many people will understand what they should evacuate calmly. Okay, they're just talking about what's going on right now. 10 days on the new 10 days on the night of the new moon, the city will become a battlefield of supernatural energy. The monarchy is the strongest on that particular night. Okay, they're getting a buff from the moonlight. That's cool. Oh, the old dude's training to come out and fight. That's pretty sick. I expect Hanzo's trying to make a show of power, not strategy. And they're not gonna, unless the series is getting axed, they're not defeating Hanzo. He severed 10 iron reinforced posts without the slightest effort. Oh, cool. I just noticed the medal in the middle. That's a powerful old guy. He's going to put up one of the best tropes, I hope. Is that a technique we can learn? Oh, he's going to learn a new move? He's like the super chop? Sweet. The best lesson I can give you right about how to get stronger is that you must utilize the power of your heart by focusing on who and what you're fighting for. Yeah, that makes sense. The weight of a swordsman's sword comes from their heart, what they're fighting for, and not the sword itself. I get that. Like, it makes sense that you're going to be stronger fighting for something you actually have motivations for, and not just doing it to do it. 10 days. Okay, straight time skip onto what's going on. I thought there'd be some build up. Nobody's out and about. Just left the samurai. I would go into places like if 10 days, like with that whole like everything's open. I'd sneak into some places and steal some snacks. Did I watch The Boys? Yeah, I'm caught up. I finished the season. Natsu can use atmosphere magic. I don't think so. It's just he didn't get the same degree, obviously, that Kieran had. Kid Gohan versus Hawkman. Where does Kid Gohan scale to? Doesn't I mean like he's got stuff in. Does he have any planetary feats? I don't think he does he? Ishiki was in Jigen Mind. Yeah, but it was the character I was talking about, right? They have to fuse. I like Fairy Tail, the character with fear abilities. Yeah, that's a really neat one. I always like when you have some spooky characters like that. Spot versus Dark Triad and Devils. Spot it clear. Celine lied to Suzaku that she is weaker than him in her human form. What are you talking about? Oh, he's talking about like Dogromag's body right now. We know is boosted. Like he's not the same thing because Celine has no reason to lie about where her human form stands, and he was able to damage her. Whereas Suzaku just swung his sword across Dogromag's whole body, and it didn't even scratch him. Spriggan 12 versus Quincy. Does that include Yuhabak or no? I assume no. Like, without Yuhabak, then I think they're fine. With him, I don't really think they can do anything. Because like, Yuhabak just has a really dangerous hack. So you need someone like Zeref to deal with. Okay, Fodder Mononoke comes down, touches the berry. It seems to just turn into its energy. Just dies. Okay. Trash Hammer. Get rid of the garbage. The enemy has gotten a hold of Dora and Kusanagi's special supernatural energy. They'll use it to break the force field. Oh, I wonder how, like, did they just get it and then, like, they can replicate it? I wonder how that works. Izukuhara is expecting a Mononoke invasion. That's why he deployed. Like, can you hear that in the background? Let me turn it off. I was rewatching season 3 and I left it on. I didn't think it was that loud. I'm gonna shut my door just in case. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me see. There was an Indian among us. To think one of our members would ignore the force field and attack alone. I mean, I don't care about the fodder. So they're after Nobunaga, the really big dude, obviously, who's supposed to be like their strongest. When he returns, he will establish a peaceful world ruled by force. Well, I'm kind of hoping that they succeed for the most part, but fail at getting this big dude out, and that's like the only thing they have left. Because otherwise, like. Maybe the series will survive by just doing a complete turn, and it will be like the samurai officers and people fighting the Mononoke in a world where, it's like post the bad guys have won like a huge event and they gotta fix it. And Not Sweet Lava, yeah, but he'd have to spit the rock out because he's eaten molten steel before. Momoshiki was the one who fused. He did it with Kinshiki and base Momoshiki was shown. I know that, but it's like. Don't they come in pairs and they have to fuse to reach their full potential? That's what I was saying. Is like, what's his name? Ishiki. Like he never fused with her, so we saw him as an individual at his peak, but we never saw like the full capability of what he could do because Kagi wasn't there, right? The chapter 112 prediction. I didn't do it in time. My internet was out most of last week, and by the time it got fixed, like the chapter was already close. So I was like, I don't need to. Ooh, look at all these Mononoke. Okay, let's see. Are there any cool ones in this lot? I like the big moth guy. The moth dude is cool. Ooh, hang on. This creepy fucking monkey. Look at this. Look at this right there. Right there. Above the spiky boy. That's a creepy monkey right there. That reminds me of, wow, oh my god, I'm trying to remember. Was it what are they called in Toriko? The super early monsters that protect the rainbow fruit. I can't remember, man. This is bothering me. There's something Kongs. I can't believe I forgot that. That's like super early. Let's see. Okay, they're going to attack. So Kanbei is going to go try and break through the barrier. They're going to get through, I'm guessing, at the start. So he just cuts right through it. Gives them an opening. Force fields in breach. Okay, they're coming in. Ooh, shit. What's going on here? We got to go to... Okay, right when they're turning away, the tower is falling. The Moraka team should be there. What happened? Okay, so who's this then? I assume it's not Hidehisa, because why would it? Or not Hidehisa, who are all the characters right now that it could be? Is it somebody we know? Because I don't think it's Heisuke. It'd be, unless Heisuke got taken over, and that was like one of the twists maybe with Hidehisa's, like Hidehisa took over his body or something. Because like it would have to be a pretty short hair length. I want to know how that's gonna go. Like the series is just taking like I think if the series takes that turn of like things just keep getting more catastrophic and more dangerous for him, then the series can live. Because if it takes again like a really different turn and sets up a a neat setting, like a almost post-apocalypse, but it's like the villains won like a big part and they got to kind of fix everything. Aizen Madara as a character, I like Aizen better. Gohan and Super Saiyan Rage had the power of like 2K, Roshi's power of 200 was able to destroy the moon. 10K lets you destroy a planet. Oh, then they're fine against Gohan if he's the only he's way lower than even planet. They'd be fine against him. They just turn it like Haku just turned him into a plushie. Oh, he's 30K at the end. I mean, that's still like Haku should be sitting above him. He should scale higher. Okay, so we got Mashal. Let's see. We got a bunch of the side characters coming out. This dude Rio Grands, he's gonna help him out. I'm happy he's alive. I wanted to see a little bit more from him before he died. Cause like I don't really have any investments in him overall, but he's a big character in the world, so I want to see more of this guy. Makes me sad when it's like you have like big characters, they don't get to do anything. Ooh shit, dude! Dot just lost like a chunk of his foot, like right on his toes. That would suck dick. Oh my god. They just see like a bunch of dragons and witches. He's like, oh, but they're getting ready, and these guys aren't even noticing them. They're not just ignoring them. His toes are just gone. Can they heal? If someone had magic, his magic could specially switch places with people. With their, wait, what? If you only had someone whose magic could very specifically switch people's places with their own. Doesn't your magic allow people to switch places? Oh, he's talking about what's his name? Are they finally gonna have this guy do his magic? Oh, well, there you go. His magic finally is going to get brought up. He's going to be helpful to the plot. You can stay there while we all will we die. The world needs its end. I mean, yeah, he's got to put in some effort. I'm wondering what his magic is. Like, I like that it's like if only we had a magic like this, and he's like, luckily I've been saving a side character just for it. Opinions on Gohan and Piccolo's new forms. I don't like the new Gohan form, and I don't like the yellow Piccolo, but I like the orange Piccolo. I like the big hulking orange Piccolo. I think it looks good. Like when it was just orange, I was like, that's dumb. But like seeing it, and it's like he's just bulkier to the point where he has that kind of so big he's a bit hunched over his shoulders, and his back muscles are protruding behind his neck. It just looks cool. It gives it a little bit of that spice to it that makes it not just look like a color change. It was like. Forms don't all have to be like Super Saiyan 4. They don't gotta be crazy. But it's like, I just want some form of distinction that says like, oh, this is a form difference other than like, oh yeah, there's just a different color. So that even Laxus got a power up even though he has nothing to do with the quest. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It just has to do with like how Celine decided he was a part of it. And Gray, who has the first part from it and still hasn't gotten one. I mean, yeah, but I'm hoping that's what we're gonna get something from Gray soon. Because the problem is, like, Gray just hasn't had anything that has, like, personal investments, unless it's going to be this Goleon fight, or if Mishima wants to do something later. Because he could have more of a straight fight reason, but if he wants to do anything for Gray on a personal note, he needs to build something up for him. Otsuki travel in pairs. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, I remember that. I just didn't remember if hers exactly was the one dude. They're putting Karma Seal, yeah, no, that's the revival thing. Upper Akutsuki, eat the fruit. Yeah, but I was just saying, like, to my knowledge, we never saw, like, what her full capabilities were, because she never fused with, like, her respective other person. Oh, he just got foddered already. But random news. Looks like we found a fight. It was just some dude. Two brothers? Alike in mind and body together, we are boundless like horizon. Are they... like merged together and they're gonna be like two like stitched together dudes or guards. We didn't say the gate or Andy and Andy and Wendy. Prepare to meet your... Okay, just these fodder dudes. I'm just trying to read through these. Yeah, I don't expect much from this dude. Like, are they just going to let him leave? Okay, I guess they're letting him leave. These are some pretty nice random bad guys. Nothing too crazy. He apologized and didn't want to hit him. They said, yeah, just get out of here. What is their plan? Why don't he should just teleport them? Okay. He's gonna run back. Is he gonna dodge something? He's just gonna get beat up. He's just getting the shit kicked out of him again. Just switch to them with your friends. Hang on, what is he gonna do? Is he just trying to catch them until they're too quick? Because it's like, if all he can do is switch, I don't really know what his plan is. The only thing I can think of is he going to switch them? I guess if he can switch spots with them. Okay, that makes sense. He just waited until the last second, swap places with him. Okay. It's just a chapter for this dude. He just gets to have like a little fodder fight. I'm fine with it. I like it when side characters who otherwise don't really get to do much have like their own little moment, especially in the last arc. Anyway, it's gonna be it for this one. I mean, these ones aren't too long. I got some stuff I still gotta do. I might do a stream tomorrow. Obviously, we're gonna have the Tuesday stream. And tomorrow I might, instead of stream, I'm probably going to do some videos because I don't work tomorrow. And I got my new editing software and stuff. So I want to try and like work on that. When the 100 Years Quest anime will get released, which do you think will should animate it? I have no idea when it's going to release. I mean, as long as it's not... What was the last one? Was it Cloverworks, I think, did the other one? Or with A1? I hope it's not them. But yeah, other than that,